Do I have a purpose in life? Ask yourself that question. If you can't answer that, then you're definitely not alone. More and more people, especially in Generation Z, are struggling to find their answer to that question, myself included. Now, why is this? Well, there's a plethora of reasons, but at the end of the day, they all come down to overstimulation, distraction, and being consumed by the internet. And with the internet becoming more and more of a scapegoat for everybody, it's becoming harder and harder to find a way to find purpose in the real world. Now, this has a plethora of real life issues, and that's why I'm here, my baby, because this is not being talked about enough, and I'm here to give my 2 cents. Now, as someone who considers himself addicted to the internet, I could say without a doubt it feels like crack. It's a drug at this point for a lot of people. It's substituting many things in their life, especially just to escape from their shitty situations. Now that could be a range from anything, really. Maybe your uncle diddled you when you were a little kid and you're just trying to forget about that. Or just a MILF you asked out didn't respond to you the way you wanted her to. Now, whatever the reason is you come to the internet for, it doesn't matter. You're using it to escape from your real life situation, and that's having real and realer consequences for everybody. The internet seems to take real life and make it seem duller, if you get what I mean. So, for example, really just think about what you liked as a kid and try to imagine yourself, revisiting some of those activities or hobbies now. It's not going to feel the same. And some people are just going to say, oh, it's because you're older, man, you grew up. But no, for example, I liked reading. And ever since really getting onto the internet, it became a lot more boring to do. And it's just, why bother reading when you have audiobooks that just read it to you? It's really not a good substitute, man. Getting everything from the internet, it seems convenient at first, but it's going to drive your, attention away from the real world, and you're going to become more and more desensitized to reality. You're going to just be sucked into the internet, being distracted. Now, that was a sort of minor example. Now let's turn things over to just watching YouTube. It may seem nice at first, start like how I did with Let's Plays, watching just these innocent Minecraft YouTubers, playing the games and sort of things like that. And then it just slowly turns into everything or every part of your day being consumed by watching other people's stuff, not doing your own thing, not having your own experiences. You're just consuming, and consuming mindlessly. And it's gonna make your life worse, man. And to think things have gotten even worse since then. Now, I really started the internet usage and sort of thing like that in, I'd say, 2011. Now, we look at 2023, modern day, we have short form content which is like 5 to 10 seconds long. And this is going to magnify the issues of the internet to, I'd say, even tenfold, because kids are getting on this stuff younger and younger, and they already have terrible attention spans. So to give them these TikToks, they're like 5 seconds long, it's desensitizing everything. And it's sad to see, because these kids just 20, 30 years ago would be growing up, playing outside, having fun with their friends, making social connections, building experiences for themselves. But now they're just wasting their youth away, mindlessly consuming content that they're going to forget in 2 minutes from now. It's really just sad to see. And with this happening on a larger and larger scale, this is just going to lead to even more people going down that path, because if you can't find anyone to hang out with and socialize with in real life, why not turn to the internet? It's so convenient, right? Yeah, there's going to be no consequences down the line at all. Why find a real life relationship when you can build a harem of Discord kittens? And this is only one app I've mentioned. Now, moving over to, say, more default form of social media like Instagram, Snapchat, that sort of thing. And we all know that Instagram is a cesspool of mental illness, mental health problems, self-confidence issues, all that sort of stuff. So it's a great combination to mix with a young teenager who's just trying to figure themselves out. First installing the app, and then seeing everyone who, looks better than them, is making more money than them, is all around living a better life than them. It's going to affect these kids. And to say that social media is not harmful. I think it's just a completely brain dead take to make. We have the evidence to back this up. I mean, just look at graphs that show happiness from the 90s to now. It's going to be a massive decline from then. People are becoming more and more depressed, mentally ill, and I guess suicidal as well, because I mean those numbers are also rising. And then to feel special, these people come up with all sorts of fake identities and whatnot, saying, oh, I'm a borderline personality disordered non-binary pyrofox from the Spyro tree dimension. Like, come on, man, that just ain't it, chief. And then there's these other people who get completely enamored with zodiac signs and all that goofy shit. They get so just, I don't know what the word is to describe it. Some of these people, you know, I'm talking about they get so like they won't even date you if you're the wrong zodiac. That's how like into it and delusional they are into thinking it's real. And the point I'm trying to make here is that people are constantly filling their brain with pointless garbage that will not help them or even matter in the slightest in the real world. It's just, this is going to slowly decline the human race. To be completely frank, it's not going to end well. And what further sucks about that is that it's becoming harder and harder to avoid this type of stuff. I mean, pretty much everyone around you, I would imagine, is online, at least people your age, and, you know, to not feel left out, you join them to some extent. And that's why you got to escape the Matrix, okay? The internet does not want you to live a successful life as a man. They are trying to keep you down, man. You've got to get out of the Matrix by buying my $10,000 course. And once you've graduated Hustlers University, you need to now take this and go into real life and desensitize yourself to relationships ruining themselves for you. Sleep with 1,000 women a year. Ruin yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, Andrew Tate has good advice, but a lot of people take it way too far, and this comes right back to what I'm talking about with, you know, young people being just completely distracted from real life. They take this way too seriously. They, like, completely follow him verbatim, and that is going to lead to a downfall in your life. You gotta take the good from the bad, because there are plenty of good things that he has said, and it will actually benefit you, but people take it way too far, and, you know, they they end up ruining themselves. Now, the manosphere is a completely separate topic that I'm planning on making a video on, but I figured it was relevant to at least mention it a little bit, because it's a really just big part of content nowadays, and people are, again, taking it too far, and they're essentially just masturbating to self-improvement content and not taking action to it. Is, I mean, come on, most people are not going to the gym every day, even though there's a ton of, you know, views that would say, oh yeah, no, all these people, they listen, they go to the gym, they work hard, but they don't. They just sit at home and do nothing. And then there's people so clout addicted that they're willing to sometimes even die over some internet clicks. Prank channels, for example, they take things too far a lot. They end up getting shot, arrested, just ruining their lives over their 15 minutes of fame. I mean, I can't even name a single one of these people on the top of my head, but I'm sure you've known and have heard some of these stories, man. But that's the point I'm making. They are not memorable. They get 15 minutes of fame, and then they're just forgotten. So they essentially just ruin their lives over nothing. Now, this video isn't to say to quit the internet entirely, but just to watch what you're looking at, watch what you're doing. Keep the spicy content on a low, if not completely off, because it's a pipeline that could go down to ruin your life.